Have you guys had your breakfast, your orange juice, and your coffee already? All right, good. You guys woke up really early. I was up at 4:30 in the morning, trying to be here at 7 o'clock. That's quite impressive on my part. Did you guys know that email has been used a lot longer before the internet was put to use? According to MIT, they started using the email system in early 1960s to help communicate with their own coworkers within themselves in terms of using getting data and filing it on a computer. And in 1965, they actually gave it the name email. In 1971, a guy by the name of Ray Tomlinson added the @ sign to distinguish between who is using, what information is being put on to what computer. So like, let's say, history at computer 107. And then depending on whatever computer it was, that's where it was at. According to Chad Hagee, he says there are many benefits. Chad Hagee, who is eHow contributor, says that there are many benefits to having an email account. And some of the benefits would be like very low cost and very time oriented in terms of how fast it takes for me to send a message for somebody else to receive it. And the main function of an email is to express in words and deliver it to somebody else. There is no time constraints to having an email. And the greatest thing about having an email is you are connected to the biggest network in the world, which is the World Wide Web. In this speech, I will be informing you on how to use an email address. And according to Diamond Decker from diamonddecker.com, he says that having an email address is proactive, and it enables you to communicate with somebody else whenever you need to. I will inform you on how to set up an email account, how to send a message to another party, and how to manage receiving in your emails. In setting up your account, you're going to choose a host party. So, for example, let's use AOL. When you go to AOL, you're just going to have a login on, usually on the right-hand corner of the page of the website. And if you're already logged in, you can just log in. If you're not, you can choose new user. When you go to the new user account, you can get a web page. And on this web page, you can get a list of questions with blank spaces right next to them. You're just going to fill in the spaces accordingly to the question. At the very bottom of the page, you're going to choose your email address and your password. Your email address is like your home address, right? So if you live at 200 South Main Street, your neighbor is not going to be 200 South Main Street as well. So you need to have a different email address according to that hosting party. So if josh@aol.com is already taken, you can use josh1@aol.com or josh2@aol.com. And then when you're putting in your password, you want to make sure it's a password that you're going to remember. Your password, a lot of times I get a lot of my clients that call me up and say, Josh, I forgot my password. What do I do? I'm like, I don't know. It's your password. You came up with it. It's supposed to be something that you'll never be supposed to forget. And I'm like, just don't worry about it. Just call the web hosting, contact their information hotline, and they'll be able, their help hotline, and they'll be able to help you out with a temporary password that you can use to go into your email address and then change it accordingly. When you're in your email area address and you want to compose and you want to send an email to another party, you can first go to the compose or send new message, and it's going to look similar to this. And there are some steps that you're going to want to do. First you're going to want to do is put in the email address that whoever you're writing it to. So let's say Harry. Let's say you're writing an email to Martha over here. You're going to put in Martha's email address, and then Martha will receive it. After you put her email address, you're going to want to put CC or BC, and that's something we can discuss at a later time. The next step you want to do is you want to add the subject line. And in this subject line, you want to make it to where when somebody reads the subject, when they receive it, you want to make it to where they already have an idea of how to answer your email. At emailsreply.com, they say when you're sending an email, you want to get to the point and be concise as possible. So when you're writing an email, you don't want to make it all logged and dragged out about how the day went and how your dog smelled and what happened that day when your next door neighbor tried to do something for you but they didn't come through, and then you finally get to the point. Be concise, get to the point. Emails are informal, it's okay. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to send your email, and hopefully it gets there. Now, before you send your email, you want to review 3 things. You want to reread your email, make sure it's nothing inappropriate in your email, because once you send it, it's gone. You can never take it back. You cannot take it back. It's not going to happen. And then when you want to make sure you spell check your email, because you don't want to be sending improper grammar or improper punctuation to a friend of yours and then getting the wrong idea of, I think this guy has been taking too many pain medicines or sleeping aids, right? So those are just things to keep in mind. And lastly but not least, you want to make sure that you are in good mood when you're sending this email. You do not want to be in a bad mood because it may come across in your email like, Harry, you don't want to send Martha, I didn't like your eggs, just because you're having a hard time with waking up early that day or having a hard time with your back because it hurts so bad, right? So those are just some things to keep in mind, and just to keep that structure when you're sending or before you push send. Because like I said, once you send it, you can never get it back. Now, in receiving your email, when receiving your email, you want to check your inbox. And when you check your inbox, it's going to open up all these different emails that you can have available to you that have been sent to you, maybe from all around your friends in this area right here. So they're all going to be sent to you. And once you get to this area, you can sort it however you want. So you can sort it by date, times it comes in. You can sort it by who sent you the email, alphabetical order. But a lot of times people just send it as first come, first serve, and last come on top. And you can even go into the option setting area and set it as every 15 minutes you can receive your email, however you choose to do that. Once you get in there, there's 4 things you're allowed to do. You can either reply to the email, forward the email, save it, or delete it. When you reply to the email, you're going to push a button which is right above the email that was just been sent to you, and it's going to allow for you to reply right above it. If that person replies to you, what's going to end up happening is you can create a chain of communication within emails. That's one way of doing it. Or you could forward it to somebody else. So they say, Harry forwarded to Martha about these eggs, or can I have another chance? I'm so sorry that I got on you about the eggs. And then she goes, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to give him another chance. So then she sends it off to 3 of her other friends, right? And then, because she feels like she needs some communion from her friends, some insight from her friends to make her make the decision, right? So then she sends it back to him, yes or no. Or maybe he sends her a poem that she loves and falls in love with and says, this is great, I'm going to save it for the rest of my life. So she saves it. And there's an action button that you can save on top of the email that you can do and do whatever you like. So save, delete, or whatever. And along the same lines, she needs to delete it. Let's say he sends her a photo of Rio Grande that he took last year and he said, you look so stunning in this swimsuit. And she's like, oh my God, I do not like that swimsuit. So she decides to delete it. Right? So in this speech, I have informed you on how to use an email account. I have informed you on how to set up an email account, how to compose one to another party, and how to manage your receiving emails. Having an email account is a great thing. You can do a variety of things with it. And it connects you with the biggest networking mainframe in the world, which is the World Wide Web. And it connects you along with your loved ones. It connects you with your friends. It connects you with professionals, doctors, lawyers. And it will allow for you to be connected to me. So if you have any questions, email me. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.